Hey guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax 2RS.
And a big thanks to Charles at Castriota Chevrolet in Hudson, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Hudson, Port Richey, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Charles.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Trax has been Chevy's subcompact SUV since 2013. The second generation Trax that you see here was released this year for 2024 with an increased length and width while lowering the overall height, allowing for a significant upgrade in handling versus the previous model. In fact, this new Trax is actually larger than the Chevy Trailblazer with a base price $5,000 less. The 2024 Trax is available in 5 trim levels, all feature a 1.2-liter turbo 3-cylinder, cranking out 137 horsepower, 162 pound-feet of torque. Starting at $21,000 for the base, all the way up to $24,000 for the 2RS and active trim levels. But here we have the 2RS with a base price of $25,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your updated all-new styling. We have an LED daytime running strip right up top and an LED projector headlight right down below. I really like the black design for the grille area, black Chevrolet bow tie with a little bit of chrome right outside, and an aggressive red RS badge in the corner. This blue paint color is also really aggressive. The 2RS also gets these upgraded 19-inch rims that are black and silver contrasted, kind of a funky design, wrapped in Continental Pro Contact all-season tires, some of the better all-season tires in the business, dimensions being 245/45 R19. Dual piston brake caliper up front, single piston out rear, that's the only difference. We get a little bit of plastic cladding surrounding the wheel well, a little bit of plastic cladding for the rocker panel side skirt area. I like the black mirror caps, black roof rails, black trim for the window trim with the black pillars too. Definitely making it look a lot more aggressive with a two-tone contrast with this beautiful blue paint. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is the smaller brake caliper. As we mentioned, still 245 wide tires. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. I'd recommend premium fuel for this turbocharged engine, but I'm sure 87 would still do the trick. Out rear, we don't get LED taillights, just halogens with a halogen reverse light, but I really like the design integrated very nicely for this rear fender and partially for the trunk. Black Trax badge down below. Shout out Castriota Chevrolet here in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. Castriota Chevrolet badge next to the RS badge too. Pretty aggressive diffuser area down below. We get a single exhaust tip in the left corner. And speaking of exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.2-liter turbo 3-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.2-liter turbo 3-cylinder sold by Chevrolet for the 2024 Trax, and it sounds okay. It makes a healthy amount of power at 137 horsepower, 162 pound-feet of torque. Doesn't sound like a lot, but with this lightweight subcompact SUV, you can expect 0 to 60 in the mid 7-second range, so definitely respectable. Made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. We can shut this hood right down, walk around this 2024 Trax one more time, and we can take a step inside and see what we got going on a near top trim 2RS. The only trim that's technically above this is the active. Again, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. I'll turn these headlights off so the car's not yelling at me. But up top, we get hard plastic material, aluminum door handle, lock and unlock, some leatherette stitch trim in the center, and a padded armrest. Not the softest padding. I kind of wish they added this material for the armrest, but pretty nitpicky complaint. All 4 windows are auto one touch for the way down, 4-way adjustable mirrors, and some gloss black for the side. The bottom portion, of course, hard plastic, but it's practical. You can fit a foot long in that storage compartment. Quite a few car accessories. For the 2RS, we don't get an upgraded sound system. It would be nice if we did, but the standard GM sound system is not bad for a base. Taking a step inside, the seats are RS specific. We get this perforated leather with the red contrast in the center, red RS badge. They're fully adjustable, but not electrically adjustable. You can still recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats with red contrast stitching. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop in the corner, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel. Chevy gives us a really aggressive wheel for the 2RS, red contrast stitching, perforated leather, aggressive 10-2 bolstering notch, and 9-3 fits perfect in your hand. And we get a flat bottom down below as well. The Chevy horn area is rubberized. The horn itself Loud and aggressive, people should be getting out of your way. The Chevy badge looks like it's bedazzled. It has like a silver contrast to the black theme. On the left side, we have our cruise control, forward collision alert, heated steering wheel. That's appreciated at this price point. Voice commands, you can hang up and answer your phone calls and adjust the infotainment and also access your phone calls. The infotainment adjustments are pretty much limited to AM, FM, or Sirius, but up top we have a digital speedo with a tach. It doesn't show us the actual numbers for the tach, we just see the 1 and the 2, but I'm sure as we start driving and creep up towards the red line, it's going to illuminate the actual numbers. Down below we have our fuel level, on the right side coolant temperature, and up top we have lane keep assist and traffic sign recognition. To the left of the steering wheel we have our automatic headlamps and interior brightness. The air vents are really funkily designed with this red contrast all throughout the center. The center air vents are actually old school, but the two side air vents have a really cool design. The stocks have a pretty satisfying resistance to it, auto headlamps and auto high beams. We don't get auto rain sensing wipers, wouldn't really be expected at this price point. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel, it's not powered. Tilt and telescoping wouldn't be expected. Hood latch release, and hopefully you can get a good look at the pedals. The infotainment screen itself kind of reminds me of a Silverado. It's a little bit of a smaller screen and we don't get navigation. The home screen layout, hopefully you guys can pick it up. We get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Climate control can be adjusted through the screen. Regular settings, you see everything that can be potentially adjusted. So date and time, language, phones, Wi-Fi hotspot, privacy, vehicle, phone, display, sounds, units, all of that. Vehicle settings, we can adjust team driver mode, rear seat reminder, climate and air quality, collision detection systems, comfort and convenience, lighting, power door locks, and remote lock, unlock, and start can be adjusted through the screen. Apps, we have audio apps, phone, and OnStar. Not going to mess with any of that. Music up top in the corner. You got to really press these touchscreens for it to actually kick in, which is nice. It's going to avoid any unwanted touches. Phone, we can connect when we're not going to, of course, because we'll let the potential owner of this vehicle do all of that. Traction control can be adjusted through the screen as well. My personal favorite to look at all the time would be Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but we're not going to have that hooked up, so just the song that's currently playing. We can't demonstrate the sound system for you guys for copyright purposes, but for a bass sound system, it actually sounds surprisingly good. Engine start stop in the corner. Automatic climate control, it's not dual zone automatic climate, but it is a single zone auto climate with heated seats and heated steering wheel. Really appreciated features. 12 volt down below, USB A and C port, wireless charging pad, also appreciated feature, lane keep assist, and in the corner we can turn off our auto engine start stop. The gear selector controls a 6-speed automatic transmission. We don't have any paddle shifters, but we do have manual shift controls on the gear selector itself. We can check out the backup camera real quick. Really high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory. We don't have an over-the-top 360. And pressing this button, you can turn on or off the guidance lines and trajectory. But the crispness of this display, very impressive. And this is why I like horizontal displays over vertical displays. Vertical displays kind of limit your backup camera, whereas this horizontal display really maximizes your field or range of sight. Behind the gear selector is an electronic parking brake. Everything is outlined in aluminum, a little bit of gloss black surrounding the aluminum, but it's not really in areas that you would touch, so it should limit fingerprints pretty well. 2 cup holders are pretty large too. You'll fit 24 to 30 ounce bottles with no problem, and this little slidey pass-through, perfect for a phone. Behind that, more storage. You'll fit quite a few phones, wallets, car keys, all of that. Very practical use of space for all the cutouts of this SUV. This armrest, it is padded. It's not the softest, it's not stitched or anything like that, but it's still a little bit softer than the Camaro. We can check out the overall space, and it's massive. You're fitting a 2-liter bottle of soda in there. You might be able to squeeze 2 in there. Very deep, pretty large console, especially for a subcompact SUV. The glove box, it's also massive. You're fitting 30 license plates in there with no problem. 2 pairs of shoes, also with no problem above that. All hard plastic, but I like the trim. I like the red accents. It says RS on the passenger side, and the air vents look really cool. The dashboard, it's all hard plastic. Of course, we're gonna save our money everywhere we possibly can to keep this base price under 25,000 bucks. And speaking of that, we'll check out the window sticker in 1 second. The rear view mirror isn't auto dimming, but it's pretty much frameless, very thin frame. You have our OnStar up top, SOS. The interior lights are LED, nice. And we get a sunroof here for this 2RS. It is an option, but it's also nice to have one. It's a pretty large opening sunroof right about to the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. It's a beautiful day today in Port Richey. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's only 76 degrees outside, so very pleasant to be outside. We can shut this glass right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Chevy Trax 2RS. Let's get a quick look at this window sticker, see any features I may have missed. For this 2024 Trax 2RS with a fountain blue exterior, jet black with red accents for the interior, 1.2 liter turbo, 6-speed automatic transmission. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features. 11-inch touchscreen, so it's a little bit smaller than the 13.4 that you get on the trucks. Options, we get the sunroof package for $895, giving us the sunroof, power sliding glass, and wireless charging pad. $650 for the driver's convenience package, giving us rear cross traffic alert, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, and adaptive cruise control. $395 for this beautiful fountain blue paint, and $40 for the front license plate bracket. Not quite sure why we have that here for a Florida build, but it is available. $1,980 in total options, totaling us out before destination at $25,880, after destination a tick under $27,000. Fuel economy is excellent, 30 mpgs, 28 city, 32 on the highway. So far definitely can't complain. That's about it for the front seat, guys. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top, just like up front, we have some hard plastic. The armrest isn't padded. The windows are auto one touch for the way back down. Up top, you have to actually press and hold. The storage space is really solid. You'll fit a 6-inch sub in there with no problem. Additional speaker. The rear seats, very well padded, still get the red contrast stitching. The padding is decently soft, perforated in the center, and the legroom looks really impressive for a subcompact SUV. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 5-6 inches of knee room. This is absurd amount of space for a subcompact SUV. Headroom, I'm starting to run out a little bit. I have about 1 inch, maybe 2, but they cut out this roof really well so that you can get an additional 1 inch, maybe 2 of headroom. You can check out this interior light, LED, just like up front. We don't get any air vents in the console or B-pillar. There is something going on under the seat, but nothing that blows directly into your face. Just like the Crosstrek we reviewed, we still get the USB-A and C ports part of the console. A little bit of additional storage. Goes out pretty deep. You'll stack quite a few phones on top of each other, wallets, any car accessories. We don't get a center armrest back here, unfortunately, but not a big deal. That's about it though for the back seat. Really impressive amount of space. Let's check out the trunk real quick, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 Chevy Trax 2RS out for a drive. So we don't have a power opening liftgate, but it's a pretty light process since it's a subcompact SUV. The floor is large, competitive with most subcompacts we reviewed in this channel, about the same as the Seltos, about the same as the Crosstrek, but the styling here a little bit more impressive. The height, I'm about 1 inch or 2 below the step-in, so if you have older or smaller pets, they should be able to hop back here with no problem. You can also remove this cargo cover and get a little bit more overall space. Underneath here we have some secret storage, mostly by a spare tire, but around the spare tire you can fit quite a bit of secret stuff. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. You can drop those second row seats 60-40 split. You do that and I'd expect you to fit up to a 55-60 inch TV. I wouldn't expect you to fit anything larger because those wheel well cutouts kind of protrude a little bit into this cargo space, but you can still fit a 60-inch TV in the subcompact SUV. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this 2024 Chevy Trax, especially with this fountain blue paint color. This is a beautiful SUV. It's longer, wider, but they lowered the roof height, so they're saying that this is a much sportier platform compared to the previous one. And with this 1.2 liter turbo, let's take this 2024 Chevy Trax 2RS out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about to see everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax 2RS. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, the steering feels really direct and on center. The brakes have a sharp bite through the foot feel. We'll take a step right out here, lean into it about halfway. Oh, okay. Smooth power delivery, and it's strong down low. At about half throttle, you go to about 4,500 RPM, so it's not revving too hard, but it still gets up there in the rev range. Cruising along at highway speeds. Quiet wind noise, you don't hear a lot through the road either. These Continental Pro Contact All Seasons are some of the best in the business when it comes to road noise. Just cruising along, keeping up with the highway traffic, it's very easy to maintain and pick up speed. It's almost effortless. You don't even have to downshift from the transmission. The low end punch with this 1.2 liter is strong. I was expecting it to feel a little bit like a Trailblazer, but it feels
noticeably stronger. All right, guys, throwing it in right here. Feel the steering. Yeah, it feels really good through the turn, over the bump. The composure is great. This does not feel like a $20,000 to $25,000 car. This feels like a car that you would expect to drive from like BMW. It feels almost like an X1. Throwing it in one more time. Steering feels nice and sharp, about half throttle. Yeah, guys, this thing can move. I'm sure full throttle and half throttle doesn't feel drastically different, but for daily driving, just leaning into the throttle, it feels very strong. Steering feels good through the turn. Even on concrete pavement, the road noise is very well limited. Feels nice and planted. The extra width, extra length, and lower height has definitely made this vehicle feel not more performance oriented, but more performance capable, because at the end of the day, it's not a performance vehicle, but for the class that it's in, it's an enjoyable vehicle to drive. We can slow down a little bit, try a higher speed pull, see how it responds. About 30 miles an hour on the gas. Oh my gosh, yeah, this thing's got some top end too. You don't have to push it a whole lot further, but yeah, I was not expecting this thing to move as quickly as it did. I had a friend who had a 2013 or 2015 Chevy Trax, and it did not move. It felt a lot more cramped in the inside, and for almost around the same price point. The level of upgrade that we have here with this all-new second generation Trax is really noticeable. One more time, we can take a step out here, throw it in a little bit quicker than we should. Good handling, good steering feel. Throwing it in right here. Good handling. About half throttle. Not bad. Yeah, guys, through the turn, this feels like a very planted vehicle. Overall, no, it's not a sports car. I hope you don't expect it to be when you buy one or when you're looking for one. But if you're looking for a more spacious vehicle, you're just trying to get a car for the cheapest price possible, but you still want nice materials. You want good tech, you want good styling, decent space, and enough power to at least get onto a highway. Overall, guys, if you're looking for an affordable SUV with enough space to fit 5 full-size adults, but you're just not looking to spend more than $20,000 to $25,000 for the base price, this is a great way to go. The base price before destination under 25,000 bucks. The styling here, especially for the 2RS with the black accents, 19-inch rims, 245 wide tires, and especially with this blue paint color, it is a great looking vehicle. It is practical, spacious, and with this new turbo 3-cylinder, you'll be surprised at how quick it actually is. 0 to 60 in the 7-second range, well, in the mid to high 7-second range. Definitely gets up and goes much better than the previous generation, over a full second quicker. So if you're looking for an affordable yet stylish and practical SUV, but you don't want to spend more than 25-ish thousand bucks, I would definitely recommend checking out the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax. And a big thanks to Charles at Castriota Chevrolet in Hudson, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Hudson, Port Richey, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Charles. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.